Check it here, bring you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, wanted to talk a little bit about some controversy that hit the Boom Beach world the last couple of days. And I wasn't gonna make a video on it at first. I was just gonna let kind of bygones be bygones and let it pass. But didn't feel truthful. I always try to be like very transparent here, right? So I feel like it's worth a discussion, at least. It's worth talking about. I'm going to throw it out to you guys. I don't necessarily feel 100% on it either way, so I think it would be I think it'd be cool to see what everybody thinks about this. So basically, what exploded over the last couple days was there was it originally started with a thread post on the Supercell forums, and it was in regards to the latest June update and some of the sneak peeks that came out. And we saw Turtle post his video, and it later came out, like, he had a bunch of guys in his video from his task force and stuff, and some people were asking, like, oh, like what's going on there? And then it turns out that they had actually brought in one of Turtle's task forces to beta test the update. And I think the idea was good, because we've been harping on Supercell a lot about the glitchy updates, the bugs and stuff, and this was definitely 100% a step in the right direction. I feel like it wasn't done perfectly, but the fact that they're testing the update, the fact that they're even bringing in new operations is a good thing. The fact that they're bringing in more beta testers to make sure things like bugs and things like that don't become a problem, I think that's great in itself. But basically, the argument or the discussion was, well, this isn't fair to me or my task force, because now Angry Family, this task force, got to playtest this operation for, I don't know exactly, I think it was around a week, they said. They got to try it out for about a week, and now we have to figure it out for ourselves, and we're going to be at a disadvantage. And I think that in itself is a fair argument. But yeah, basically the problem there, like I think what the discussion was fair, and then there was a lot of backlash saying that basically the argument coming back from Angry was we're the only ones qualified enough to actually beta test this update was what I was saying, or not what I was saying, what I was seeing. And I'm not saying that Angry Family isn't skilled. Obviously, they're very good. One of the best task forces in the game, obviously, because they hold most of the top spots. But at the same time, I don't think that necessarily means that nobody else could also do the beta testing, could also do as good a job, could possibly have done a better job than the people they selected. So, that being said, I feel like the way to do this properly, the way to get the least amount of people upset, would just be to either A, have a completely Supercell sponsored, like the guys that actually are out there in Finland that work on the game, have your own dedicated beta testing staff that nobody knows about, even if they are in the game. Maybe it's like Boom Finlandia or something like that, but like, maybe don't let people know about it, because if nobody knows about it, if nobody knew that, like, if they weren't all on Turtle's video, nobody would have known that they were beta testing the update. This wouldn't have been an issue. Now it's controversial because everybody knows, right? So, if they were able to do it in secret, I think that would have been better, even though it's the same problem, but it would have been less backlash, right? That's what, and I think they could have, so I think that's solution number one. Just do it internally and don't tell us about it. Solution number two would be a little bit more work, probably on Supercell's end, but to bring in beta testers just from all over the place, and maybe have some sort of defining, I don't know, some, like, it's hard to, in Boom Beach, it's hard to say that one person is better than another based on fact, because it's more so like you have to watch them do operation attacks, right? That's basically all it comes down to. So maybe have so what everyone was kind of saying was, why don't you just bring in a bunch of people from the top teams rather than just having one top team and having them all done like that. Because then obviously people are going to get upset and say, well, it should have been, like, why couldn't it be my team? Like, I wanted it to be my team. Like, why don't just bring everybody from different task forces? I think that would have made a lot of sense. But again, that would cause it would be harder for Supercell, I guess, would be to bring in. I don't personally see how, but I guess coordinating that with a bunch of different players rather than just having one specific task force that all talk to each other anyways. I believe that was the issue there. So, to clarify, beta testing, good. We want them to test their updates. Nobody's saying that we don't want them to test at all, especially for high-level operations and stuff that we want to come out. We don't want them to be buggy. We want them to work properly. We want everyone to be happy within that. It's just, when you get everyone from one team, especially with a team with a little bit of controversy behind it in terms of things like, how do I say this properly? Special software that allows you to do things that you can't do in the game. Some other things that I don't even want to get into because the video is not about that. Like, those things could be true, they could be false. Doesn't matter for this discussion, but it doesn't help at the same time either. That there's been those kind of rumors and complaints and things like that. And I'm not saying that any of those are for certain, so please don't take that out of context, which some of you will anyways. But I think overall, I think it was like it's in the right direct. Like, we want them to test, etc., and all that, but I feel like they could go about it in better ways. And I feel like, honestly, it more or less all could have been avoided if they just didn't come out on Turtle's video, because then nobody would have known, right? Then nobody would have been upset. And who's to say that these guys wouldn't have been able to figure out the best way to attack these bases anyways, within a few days of the update coming out anyways, right? That's fair to say as well. So, that being said, let me know down below in the comments where you guys stand. First of all, do you even care? This is an operation coming in for the top 50-man task forces. This is going to affect a few hundred people in the game, I would guess. So, first of all, do you even care? Second of all, do you think this was correct, that they should bring in beta testers from a specific group if they do believe that group is the most qualified in the game, or do you think they should spread it out? Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. And yeah, it was an interesting discussion, and yeah, that was basically from what I saw the main argument that we heard back from the initial complaint of why does one specific team get to test everything, and the main argument back was that we're the only ones qualified to test, and nobody else would be competent enough to do it at all. Was the argument I was hearing. I felt like that was a little I don't know. I didn't feel like that was correct, but at the same time, maybe the chicken's way off on this one, guys. So definitely let me know down below in the comments where you stand. And this has been I want to talk about this just because it was there was a lot of people very upset, and there was a lot of people on both sides. So I'm trying to do my best here to just kind of deliver the information. Of course, like, I'm trying to do it as unbiased as possible, so hopefully that makes sense. I don't know, guys, maybe it doesn't, but yeah, we got Joker going in with some T-Meds on Finn, which is an interesting tactic. Typically, I think you would see a Heavy Zuka Shield Rush at this point, but yeah, guys, that's all I gotta say on this kind of controversial discussion that we had here. So yeah, I think going forward, we want them to beta test the updates. Beta test, good. Picking everyone from one team, not good. and maybe spread it around, maybe do it internally. I don't know exactly how to figure that out, but I'll throw it out to you guys. Make ssure to drop a comment down below. And yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. That is going to wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And I'll see you next one, guys. And we're almost about to hit 10,000 subscribers, hopefully. So we're going to be doing a 10,000 second live stream, which equals out to about 3 hours, I think, whenever that happens. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, and we will see you in the next one. Chicken out.